What's up, boys? What's up, all the time listeners? We have a awesome episode for you today. We're gonna get into a little bit of the NBA play-ins, a little UFC 300, a little bit of the rap beef going on in the world right now. Is it AI? Isn't it AI? Crazy times. The Otani scandal. Awesome episode for you today. It's the usual boys here. I'm Shade, you know Tony, you know Logan, and we're going to cap it off with an all-the-time power rankings. Stay till the end if you want to know what it's about, or just skip ahead, whatever you got to do. NBA play-in, boys. It might be the end of an era in Golden State. Did you guys watch that game last night or see anything about it?
I didn't catch the whole game. I caught part of it. The end, I wouldn't say it might be the end. It's the end of an era.
Who were they playing?
They got beat by the Kings last night.
They would have got beat by Joey Tommaso last night. But
it was pretty sad to watch. Klay Thompson goes 0 for 10, 0 for 6 from 3, 0 points, put up a goose egg. He had more personal fouls than points, boys. Klay Thompson.
And I don't want to rag on him because Klay's done a lot for the sport. He's an all-time great shooter, just never the same after he ruptured his Achilles.
One game and we're getting sour?
It's not one. Klay is just not, especially this year. But when he came back, he's had his moments where he's good. But he's never been the same player since injury.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say, but I mean, they came back. He had one of his great season, and they won a championship after that. But for Klay Thompson to have 0, didn't even get to the free throw line, didn't even make a free throw, put up a goose egg in an elimination game. It was sad to watch. It was sad to watch, and I think you put anybody out there that they get you a point. I mean, that's just 32 minutes. He played 32 minutes.
Yeah.
Didn't score a damn point, Tone.
0 for 6 from the 3. 0 for 6 from the 3. Bricks. He made a lot of money during that game last night, and I could have done the same performance for less. Way less.
So he's an unrestricted free agent this year.
Walk out on the court like this.
Yeah, right. I'd ball on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say. I think so, too. Like, I could get a point. But, yeah, it's easy to say. We'll say it. Yeah, I could get a point.
Give me 6 shots from 3-point. I'll make one.
I don't even need to make them. He didn't make them. All I'm saying is I would do the same thing for less. I would go 0 for 10 gladly for way less.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had 4 boards and 2 assists. So
2 assists? 2 assists when you got the shooters around you? That's also atrocious. You got Steph Curry out there. Just give him the ball.
Are they top 8 in the West?
No, they're not.
They're done. That was it. Elimination game.
Play-in? It's a play-in? Oh, it was a play-in. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Making sense.
They're done, man.
Play-in tournament.
Yeah.
We also had the Lakers. Bron versus Zion. Bron took a hard charge. Stood in front of a Mack truck. He did. Stood in front of a Mack truck.
I know. I watched both games.
Lakers.
Close.
4 points.
Zion.
So the Lakers were up just like 20. They were up just about 20. Zion put the team on his back, brought him all the way back, and then blew his fucking hamstring. 3 minutes left, and the Lakers lost. Zion put up 40, bro.
Lakers won.
Yeah, he blew his Pelicans lost. Yep. He put up 40. He had in the biggest game of his career, he balled out, head toe-to-toe with LeBron. He was swatting LeBron. He was dunking on LeBron.
Serious injury?
It was like,
what are you saying? What?
It's going to be the last that he won't be playing any longer now. It's the last we'll see him this year.
Okay.
He can't stay healthy, can he?
No, and it's so sad, man, because, like,
he's explosive, man.
Even though he went to Duke, I'm starting to like him a little bit more. But I mean, he finally kind of balls out, finally shows everybody what he's like about in the playoff, play in, whatever. Finally healthy, and then I think the Pelicans would have beat him if Zion stayed healthy. They didn't have an answer for him.
They were talking about him on Pat McAfee, Zion.
Oh yeah, they're big. They're a big Zion program. Love it. Love him. Dude can't stay healthy though, man. Too big, too strong. I mean, I guess what he needs to do is he needs to go to LeBron and say, "How the hell have you been playing for this long in this shape? Keep your body. Never any big injuries.
That's
play
what I
more
was gonna
basketball than anyone in the world."
That's what I was going to go to. It really puts in perspective how great LeBron James is at this age. Like, we're sitting here talking, he was dunking on LeBron. LeBron's an old man. And it's crazy.
39 years old.
Never a major injury. And it's because of the complete dedication and stuff he puts into it. He eats right. He gets his sleep. He trains. He works out. He does those, probably nutrients, hyperbolic chambers and shit. He's just like he's dedicated
just
to
like
the craft.
Brady did.
Yeah. There's you get those one guy, maybe one guy in every sport if you're lucky. And I just saw something about Connor Bedard or whatever. They said in hockey, right? Stud, amazing. Their team allows couples or something or people to come in and rent the skating rink, for money. And they said that he's in there all the time. That's what they tell their guests. It's called Connor's house or something. They say, yeah, you guys can rent out Connor's house tonight because he's always in there shooting on goal and stuff. It's just like, if you have it, you want to be the best. You really have to. I mean, it was like Kobe, right? People talk about coming to before the game, hours before the game to warm up, and they get in there and Kobe's already in there.
Finishing his first workout.
Yeah. It's just when you want to be the best in the world, it's just you have a different kind of drive, and yes, almost like psychotic a little bit.
Motivate me to do something great.
Little
I mean, that's what really separates the best from the best. Because, like, when you get to the NBA, the NFL, NHL, MLB, whatever, the top of it, like, everybody is the best to ever play. Like, everybody is the best. So, like, to separate yourself there, you have to do the extra stuff that other people aren't doing.
Gina wants to know why I'm always down here playing Call of Duty. Like, I'm just dedicated to the craft. You know what I'm saying?
Tough analogy, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it was tough to see, man. But
yeah, a lot of good actors.
I don't know which one was harder to see.
John Daly.
What about John Daly?
John Daly, yeah.
What did he say?
Freak.
Yeah.
John Daly put in hours.
Yeah. It was tough to see, kind of an end of an era in Golden State, and it looked like it was going to be a passing of the torch, but LeBron, that's what Charles Barkley said. He goes, man, Zion should be looking at this like, you're telling me he's what, 20-something, early 20s?
Whoa.
You're telling me a 40-year-old man can guard you? You're telling me a 40-year-old man could do this? Like, you better be, like, if someone told me that, Charles Barkley was saying this, someone told me that, ain't no 40-year-old man guarding me when I'm in my 20s.
23-year-old man. Young man.
He had a similar play style like Barkley, doesn't he? I'm my way off.
Who?
Zion. Bigger. Explosive.
Just jumps.
Yeah,
jumps
I would say he's a lot more explosive than Charles Barkley, though. He's more of like a slasher, where Charles Barkley was kind of like a enforcer, stronger than everybody.
Bruiser.
He was fun. I enjoy watching his clips on YouTube.
He could take it coast to coast, though. Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not like he was only in the. It's not like he was like a Tim Duncan, you know.
Watch him on the Sixers.
I don't think you're too far off there, Tone.
No.
Similar play style.
I used to watch sports a lot.
This is your time of year, though. NBA playoffs.
Love it. It is my favorite.
I don't think the Magic are in it this year.
No.
Maybe they are. No, they're in there. They're in the playoffs. Magic are.
Not for long. Not for long.
I mean, it don't matter. The East is kind of wrapped up. It's the Celtics conference. But if
Bucks have figured it out.
Antoine,
not if
or
Brunson
whatever,
has anything to say about it.
Yeah, if Randall didn't get hurt, you guys would have a shot.
Yeah.
But too much for Brunson to take on all by himself.
Drake.
Yeah, what is 20v1? Speaking of, this rap beef is crazy.
It's awesome.
That's before we get into it, it's just a crazy place to be in where a disc comes out and we don't know if it's AI or if it's a real person, or if they're just letting out all these disses, and if it sucks, they're saying, "Oh yeah, that's AI." If it's good, "Oh yeah, that was me."
Yeah,
and then running with it.
It's crazy. It's when Drake's. Are we in it?
We're in it.
When Drake's first came, we're just switching gears fast. We're just meshing them right together. When Drake's first came out, they were saying AI.
Until you did that,
yeah. No segment into it. When Drake's first came out, they said it was AI, and then they're like, no, it's not AI, and it is, and it was nasty, right? People they haven't even broken it down. This man said a lot, but now, like, there's a response, and they're saying it is confirmed AI on Kendrick's. I didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad, and now they're saying it's AI. But to your point, if it was nasty and everyone was loving it, would they have been like, yeah, that was me?
Yeah.
It's weird. But...
Or this. Can AI make a better diss than Kendrick Lamar? Like, that's a question that just popped in my head. Like, is that even a possible thing? Like, why are we even thinking that AI is better at rapping than Kendrick Lamar?
Well, I think maybe in the future, because AI has all the possibilities in the world that we don't.
Yeah.
Also, listen to that. Like, there were some lines that were like, yeah, but like, I'm not on Kendrick's side in this at all. But he is masterful with a pen. He is magnificent. He is one of the best to ever do it. And when he comes, he will still strike with iron side. He's on the clock. He is on the clock, but he doesn't miss. He rarely misses, right? So I guess we got to just jump into how this all happened, what happened, right?
Yeah,
so
people, if they have no idea what we're talking about, let them know.
Yeah, so Metro and Future drop an album, right? I got you, Tone. So Metro and Future drop an album, and they have a song called "Like That" with Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar takes the opportunity to come out of the woodworks and really diss Drake and say some things to J. Cole, but it wasn't so much as a diss to J. Cole as everyone's made it seem to be. It's more that he went at Drake, and we'll talk about that. But I mean, I'll pull up some lyrics, but Drake and J. Cole dropped a song called First Person Shooter, and they call themselves the Big Three in it. And, J. Cole in his line in that song did still shout out Kendrick. Drake went on to say, talking about the Big Three, says it's the Super Bowl, it's just me and Cole, kind of leaving Kendrick out of it. Kendrick responds in this song, kind of comes right out with a diss.
With a banger beat, too. That is a banger.
Real
song.
Banger beat, but we're going to touch on that beat, actually, in a minute. But Kendrick says, think I won't drop the location. I still got PTSD. Motherfuck the Big Three. Explicit, it's just me. And he basically says that. Now, people really gasses like it was the greatest diss ever, and I am a huge Kendrick fan. Let it be known, J. Cole is my favorite rapper ever. I love him. With that said, I think Kendrick Lamar has the greatest rap album ever written with Good Kid, Mad City. So I'm not someone that's just like a J. Cole stan and no one else is close. I think Kendrick Lamar has the best album ever. I love it.
I'd say you're fair in this. You're fair in this.
I'm fair in this. J. Cole decides to drop a surprise album, and has a few songs actually where he says some things, but he has a song called 7 Minute Drill. and he really came at Kendrick, I would say.
Yeah.
Came at him and didn't. Like, came at him, but at the same time threw some props in there at the same time. But, I guess I'll go to one part in it where he said...
He kind of dissed him like J. Cole disses people. Like, kind of like, I wish I didn't have to do this or whatever he said there, yeah.
Yeah, he said, my text flooded with a hunger for a toxic reply. I'm hesitant. I love my brother. I'm not going to lie. I'm powered up for real. That shit would be like swatting a fly, and there's a whole lot more that he said in this, but like, that's the part where he said, I'm hesitant. I love my brother, and,
yeah,
you would have to listen to it, Tone, because he says, a lot of shit. He talks about Kendrick only dropping 4 albums in 12 years. He says a lot of stuff. After this happens, J. Cole comes out on stage at tour, apologizes to Kendrick, says he shouldn't have put it out, and if Kendrick throws a response back, he'll take it on the chin. Now, there are people that
said he couldn't sleep for 2 nights and
sleep.
stuff. Like, it was messing him up spiritually, right?
With his spirit, right? Because, and there's a past song called Middle Child, where J. Cole touched on that if he disses somebody, it's not going to be for clout, fame, selling shoes, talking about, Kanye. Basically, if he's going to be dissing someone in beef, there needs to really be beef. And
yeah, what's the
he's
rule?
realizing this wasn't the one. I think what happened is everybody's expecting he's J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar's coming at you. You have to respond. It didn't sit with him spiritually. Now, there's certain people that certainly don't like that. They think it's terrible. Shane is one of them. Shane isn't a fan. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But the more I jumped into Drake's rap and stuff, I can see it from a different perspective now, too. This is more personal. Kendrick and Drake is more personal. I think J. Cole, at first, it was for sport, and he realized, hey, this is about to get personal, and, like, I don't have that dislike for Kendrick like that. So what a lot of people don't realize is Drake and J. Cole have not liked each other for a long time. They have always went back and forth with subliminals and stuff on songs.
Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah, Drake and Kendrick. Did I say J. Cole? If I did, my bad. And J. Cole just doesn't have that ill feeling towards him. So besides that, Tone, tons of other people have came out just randomly lately and just started dissing Drake before the Kendrick one. A bunch of stuff. A bunch of people are dissing him.
You guys like Drake?
Yeah, I think a lot of people love to hit on him, and they're probably bumping him in their car on their way to work, or when they're with their girl and they're trying to get laid, they're playing a little Drake. So they hate on him, but like they love listening. He's nasty. The bottom line.
I'm Team Drake.
Yeah, you call him soft, call him whatever you want, but the guy can sing. The guy can rap. Absolutely annihilated Meek Mill with back-to-back. He's got number ones for just catalogs. He has more number ones than most people have songs. He's great. He came out with something called Push-Ups, Drop and Give Me 50. And I could go through this. This could take a while. I'm not going to go through all of it. There is so much in this song that people don't realize. So he talks like, he tells Kendrick to drop and give him 50, like talking about doing push-ups. And I believe there was a thing where Kendrick's label, right, talking to Kendrick about doing push-ups and staying in shape, and there's videos that came out of Kendrick doing like push-ups backstage. But the other part is that Kendrick's label, who he's signed to, takes 50% of everything he does. So he says, drop and give me 50. So he's kind of dissing him there. And I think what he's also doing is he's kind of like forward thinking to what Kendrick might come back with. Why he's basically saying is because he was in a very similar situation with Young Money and Cash Money Records. Were getting a lot of his percentage for a while. But he really starts off and said, I could never be nobody's number one fan. And that's an immediate first line of the song is going right at Future, because Future came out saying Drake is a fan, like a number one fan of him. And then goes on to say, your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. And he's talking about, God, I had this with me earlier. Future's first number one song that ever happened had Drake on it.
Tony Montana?
No. So he goes on to say, people, they can't get booked outside America. He's big in Japan because I guess a lot of people, if you're not in America, don't really realize this. Some artists are big everywhere. Kendrick Lamar is one of them. He is big all over the world. Future is not, actually. Future is a very American-based audience, doesn't really have a big target outside of America. like at all. So he's not doing shows all over there. So he goes on to say that he addresses Kendrick directly, so because Top told you to drop and give me 50 likes and push-ups. Talk about his last album, Bricked. He really takes a lot of jabs at his height and how small he is. Talks about he's got a size 7 men's shoe on. But calls him pipsqueak, and then he tells him basically he's not in the top 3. That Saza, Travis Scott, Savage, they all have him wiped down, basically saying they all sell more albums than him. He's not even in the top 3. I think one of the biggest things then is the thing is too. In Kendrick's diss, he said to Drake, Prince outlived Mike Jack, and Drake responded to that and said, big difference between Mike then and Mike now. What's this, a 20v1? What's a prince to a king? He's a son. Basically saying, because, Kendrick was calling himself Prince and he outlived Mike Jack, and then he kind of flipped it on him and said, makes him his son. And I'm not going to really go through all this because there really is so much to this. He talks about Kai Cenat in here, because Kai Cenat previewed,
Kai's getting a lot of publicity off of this.
Yeah, and he's saying, Drake basically saying that he paid him to get it going, play his stuff. There's a lot. So, Tone, the last thing I'll say on it is he also he dissed Rick Ross in it because Rick Ross has also came out. Rick Ross has said why. He said that Drake sent a cease and desist letter to French Montana over a song, and he unfollowed Drake, and he's saying he got a nose job. But there's a lot, but he basically says,
guys are bored.
Yeah,
So much money.
I don't even want to
get bored.
Yeah, we're going to end up talking about this all night, so I'm going to stop. But he disses Rick Ross, and Rick Ross comes back with, I think, is an absolute atrocious, horrible response. And Rick Ross is like eating this moment up on Instagram every single day and making posts calling Drake white boy and nose job and cupcake Drake and BBL Drake, and he's like really eating it up. But,
I think Rick Ross kind of saw an opportunity to all right, let me get back in the limelight here.
Get relevant. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Needless to say, there's a lot going on. He takes jabs at The Weeknd. He takes jabs at Nav. He actually says something. A lot of people. I watched a reaction video where a guy broke down the lines, and I heard him trying to talk about one part, and he's wrong on the part. He's talking about Travis Scott. Actually, he's talking about the Rolling Loud tour, and says you're lucky you're a BM, don't kiss and tell. And I believe he's talking about the Jenner girl, basically saying that he hooked up with her. But and then the last, I keep saying the last thing I'll say is, Drake also did take a shot and mention Kendrick's wife. It's a whole lot to that, too. We can talk about a different day. We did see him do this last time with Pusha T, and it brought Pusha T to a level we haven't seen Pusha T maybe in a long time. So we're going to see. I think him doing that is going to maybe wake somebody up that he don't know if he wanted to wake up. But we're going to find out. Kendrick Lamar is not to be played with. He is on the clock. I think Drake's diss is phenomenal. A lot of people are saying it's not good. It's really good. But the repercussion could be big, too. I mean, we're going to see. This isn't going anywhere soon. This is big. This is too big now. As a hip-hop fan, I wish J. Cole didn't retry. I wish J. Cole would have came harder. As someone who loves J. Cole, I understand what he's saying. He told us before this isn't his thing. So,
you have like a J. Cole playlist? Do you have iTunes?
Any song you ever want to listen to.
Can you send me something? Can you send me like 10 of his songs? Or something?
Yeah, but if I start, I'm not going to stop at 10.
Yeah, give me as many as you want.
What kind of? They're all good. Like what kind? Do you like catchy? Do you like love? Do you like hard rapping?
I'll pass on the last there, but I'll do a catchy, little love making.
I got you. Would you believe me if I said I'm in love?
Yeah, send me them, please, when you get them out. That'd be great.
It makes sense what you said, though, about J. Cole, like, thinking it was, like, sport at first and realizing, like, oh, this is a lot deeper than I thought I'm going to get out.
And who knows? He might.
That makes sense. I hate it.
Yeah.
because we missed out on like J. Cole and Drake versus the world. That would have been awesome. But it probably wouldn't have been if J. Cole's not fully in it either. So
And I don't think he is, because I don't think he has the same sentiments.
Drake versus the world.
And I mean, who even knows? Maybe Drake called him and said, I'm about to fucking torch him. J. Cole's like, dude, nah, it's a sport for me, and like that, I'm not getting personal with Kendrick. I've known Kendrick a long time, you know? Who knows? Who knows really what happened? But his heart wasn't in it, so it's best he bows out, because we want the best version of J. Cole we get, and if his heart's not in it, his heart's not in it. So we don't want to see a half-assed J. Cole or just dissing people just to diss them. Which kind of felt like his first one, because, you know, he said some shit in his first one, which I thought his diss was good, but I don't know if he really believed it, you know? I was talking about Kendrick's albums.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he truly even believed it. I think he just said it to say it.
Bad motherfuckers.
Yep.
Let's segue to more bad motherfuckers with UFC, right?
Speaking of, Max Holloway winning the bad motherfucker belt.
Just.
And I think the best style of knockout in UFC history. What do you think about that narrative they're running with?
It was. It's the biggest moment. It's UFC 300. It's the biggest card of all time. If it was just against a random person, maybe not as much. But it's UFC 300. 1 second left for the bad motherfucker title, which is not your typical. It was a made up thing, and now it's a real thing. It's been a real thing for a while, and they have a belt and everything. And that's supposed to be like the baddest dudes, not just in here. When not that the UFC champions aren't bad dudes, because obviously they are, but like at the end of a UFC fight, if you're winning, you're smart, you're staying away, you're doing what you have to do to win. Bad motherfucker title is about sluggers, just going out and slugging it out. And Max Holloway, I will tell you, boys, I put in like a 7-fight parlay, and that's the only fight I lost. I had Gaethje winning. And I will tell you that Max Holloway dominated him. Absolutely dominated him from start to finish. You could have never, ever convinced me that would happen. I think a big thing is that he threw a spinning kick at the end of the round. Gaethje leaned down, hit him in the nose, shattered his nose. The last second.
End of what, first round or the
end of the very first round? Shattered his nose. I mean, spinning back kick, and Gaethje ducked the whole round from it. He threw a spinning back kick and was kicking him in the stomach, and Gaethje kept ducking his head into it the whole time. I think he was confused on where it was going to land. I think he thought maybe it was going to be spinning head. Kept ducking into it, and his heel hit him square on the nose, shattered his nose, blood pouring out the whole fight. He was never the same. But that's part of it. Max Holloway was amazing. But Justin Gaethje is one of the most dangerous fighters in the UFC. Super, super heavy hands. Knocks people out in an instant. Max Holloway dominated him. 10 seconds left. Most people would back away. They won. Like doing anything they can, back up, avoid. That 10-second dinger went. Max Holloway went like this, pointed to the ring, and just started swinging him. I mean, hit him literally 1 second left. Gaethje face down on the canvas, didn't move. And it was
awesome.
It's the greatest moment I've ever seen in UFC.
You didn't see the clip, Tone?
No. I tried YouTube and I couldn't find it.
It's spectacular.
Real quickly, though. I didn't look too long.
I would say UFC 300 delivered.
Oh.
Big time. With Dana up in the bonuses and everything. Max Holloway got $600,000 off that.
Yeah.
Fight of the night and performance of the night. $300K each.
Amazing. Deserved it.
600,000.
Did you see the clip of the referee? The referee's been doing this for 20 years. Never has said anything when someone gets knocked out. I watched it on today. They played the video. Yeah. He said it was just natural. I didn't mean it, you know? But there was a lot of other things. You know, Bo Nickel came out again. I'm going to be honest, I'm a big Bo fan. It was kind of a snooze fest. I'm nervous that he's going to have that Aljamain Sterling vibe and just not that exciting to watch, which scares me because I can't stand watching Aljamain.
He said afterwards, though, he went over and apologized to Dana, and he said he's going to work on his striking and everything to be more electric, I guess.
Yeah.
Fans were booing him. Them fans weren't messing around either, UFC 300. They were on the ground for 30 seconds. They were booing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Charles Oliveira fought. He lost. Stuck his tongue out at the end of the fight when he had him in chokehold.
What a sport that is.
Thought the guy was knocked out, he said. He lost. Obviously,
these guys are crazy to do this.
I'm not going to try to pronounce the two young ladies' names from China, but we had our first China versus China match. It was the co-main event. It was fucking awesome. It was an awesome fight. Absolutely a banger. And then,
I fell asleep.
I fell asleep
right before Max Holloway knocked him out.
I know.
I fell asleep in the middle of that fight.
I text you in all caps. Oh, my fucking God. Remember?
Yeah.
And then, we had Alex Pereira, the scariest man in the UFC, I think. I mean, when I see him come out, I picture
so intimidating.
I picture when El Chapo or someone in the Mexican cartel sends their hitman at you, that a motherfucker like that's who shows up at your door. Scary, bro. You look at him, you're like, please don't torture. Please don't torture my family before you kill him.
Please just shoot me.
Please don't
make it quick.
Yeah, don't torture us. Just kill us. He's scary. He recorded like the hardest punch in the last week in UFC history on that thing, and the guy literally looks like he's just here and goes like that, and it's crazy power. And he knocked out Jamal Hill very early in the fight. Like, it's just absolutely nothing. And the guy
got kicked in the nuts and just said,
"Yeah," gets kicked in the nuts. Herb Dean goes to stop. He pushes Herb Dean back. Don't stop it. Boom. They show the clip. He actually stepped on Jamal Hill's foot so he couldn't move, and then hooked him with a left.
Really? Did he mean to?
I don't know. Probably. The dude's a maniac. I mean, he probably means everything he does. But scary. Makes an announcement after that he won a title at 185, bumped up to 205, has the belt there. Said he wants to go fight heavyweight now.
Oh, really? Wait, what? I didn't know this. Alex Pereira was 185, won the belt, and then went up to 205?
Yeah, knocked out Izzy at 185. This man shouldn't be fighting 185.
I thought this was still 185. I didn't know he went up.
He's been at 205. He already had the belt before this at 205. He was the champ going into last night. Yeah.
Who did he beat for that?
He beat not Yuri. Who did he?
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's a bad
20 pounds.
So listen, he shouldn't be at 185 though. So he weighed in for this fight, Shane Tone, 205. Like 12 or 14 hours later or something, they showed him standing on the scale and weighed 232 pounds. Like 12 hours after weigh-ins. Less than 24 hours after weigh-ins, he weighed 232 pounds. He just weighed in at 205, 12, 14 hours before. Insane.
What's heavyweight?
Over 205.
Oh, it's anything over 205?
Yeah.
And,
if we...
He just doesn't want to cut weight anymore?
I just don't think he thinks he needs to. I mean, what's he going to do? Keep fighting these two? I mean, he was scary at 185.
People that are just knocking out easily.
He was scary at 185, but not as scary.
Who is this guy's name?
Alex Pereira. He had to suck a lot of weight, so he was now at 205. He just looks like it's a lot easier to make just power. And now we really have something exciting brewing. We might have Alex Pereira versus Tom Aspinall, and that would be electric because Tom Aspinall is a whole lot bigger people than these people.
Mm-hmm.
This could be exciting.
Connor's coming back too. Yeah. Big announcement at the end.
June 29th. June 29th. Him and Michael Chandler.
Let's go, baby. The next, whatever it was, 302, 303 or whatever, I forget what he announced after the press conference, but they were all freaking sweet cards.
Yeah.
Dana White is the man, dude. I love Dana White.
It was awesome. UFC 300 delivered.
Started something, not a single person believed in it, so this is too graphic, this is too much, this will never be anything. Just lost money forever, just freaking trying it, and he believed in it, he knew it. Look at it now. Fucking the top thing in combat sports by a long shot.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I have people here every time there's a big one. People come over, watch it, It's a good time. People love it. People love watching. I mean, we always have, right? Think about
Since
like
the
the
Romans.
Roman Empire. Yeah, like we love violence. We love watching people fight.
Watching people bleed.
Mm.
That's messed up. You know, in other countries, they don't even show like serial killer, like our Netflix and Hulu is all like serial killer documentaries. You know, other countries don't have that.
Yeah, so it doesn't inspire people. Don't build this
America.
This fantasy. America's sick.
What's that? Because we're kind of built off like war and genocide. Like that's how we're here is from genocides. So like it's just in our DNA to want like violence and shit.
Yeah.
What immortal techniques say? Land of the free, home of the brave, indigenous Holocaust, and the home of the slaves. You know what I mean? Like we're kind of built off a lot of bad shit.
Do you like it, Toe? Do you like watching fighting?
I do, but I don't like. If I was living with you still, I'd be like, yeah, watch it. Cool. I think it's really cool. You guys get in this ring, man against man.
So not everybody. All right. So not everybody like loves watching.
like,
if you're pay for, I gotta watch it. I don't care.
Yeah, if you're walking us down to the gym down the street right now, and two dudes are about to square up, are you gonna stop watching street fight? Or are you just gonna keep walking?
I say, what's the problem here, guys? Peace and love for everybody.
No, are you gonna? Or
we talk about this.
When you went, if you walk out,
How do you feel? How do you feel?
All right, what's the scenario? Because I'll be honest.
If you walk down the street to the gym tomorrow, you're going to the gym, and you see two guys start arguing, you can tell they're about to fight. Are you going to just, and other people are sitting there watching, are you going to watch them fist fight, or are you going to keep walking to the gym?
That's a tough question. If they're evenly squared off and they're both 185, let them go. Let them have fun.
But you're going to break. There's a scenario where you're going to break it up.
I'll let him get into it, and then if it's getting bad, why not?
Yeah, like if he's kicking him in the face when he's out cold.
Yeah, if he's down. Yeah.
All right, my business. Slug it out like men.
Yeah.
You know, I'm also all right with there's peace. If you shake hands and decide you don't want to fight, you don't want to fight. But I'm watching it. I mean, if you're giving me the free tickets,
I'd go over and ask for directions. Like, yes.
I've also been a bit of an instigator my whole life.
Get him sidetracked.
I've been a bit of an instigator my whole life too, though. So
it's almost kind of what's wrong with our world today is people don't just fight anymore. Like so much could be like if people just kind of, all right, man to man, square off, fight it, shake hands at the end, go your separate way. Like now it's like freaking road rage and guns and knives, or people just get on the internet and freaking ruin someone's whole life and reputation because like something bad happened. Like
a lot of people need
almost, we need it back.
Yeah, people need to get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, we need like some just fist fighting back.
Because people say anything these days. Like there's no repercussions, and that's the issue. There's no repercussions.
Yeah, but there's like no sense of like when we were growing up, it was just like a sense of justice, you know, like it was just like how justice was served, I guess. But you're always friends at the end of it.
Yeah.
If not closer friends.
Me and Lenny, baby. You know what I mean? Check
Yeah, there's like a weird bond with like men, like when you fight somebody, like you're closer with them after.
Yeah.
And 95% of cases, yeah.
Scenarios, yeah.
Yeah, I think the world needs a little bit more of that. That's why hockey is one of the greatest sports. They police themselves. And there ain't all that bullshit.
It's amazing.
Not dramatic, not anything, just shit happens. You mess with my guy doesn't like it, we're fighting.
Gloves that's how it is. Quick, too. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. All right, 5 minutes of penalty box, we're back at it.
I think it's a good lesson. Stand up for yourself.
Every sport should have that.
Oh,
you imagine in football, offensive lineman, defensive lineman taking the helmet off and going at it.
Oh. Ooh. That would be awesome. Problem is you got people like AB, though, that would run up and jump in the air and kick you in the face in a punt return. You know what I mean? Scary.
Yeah.
Fighting is the answer.
Yeah. For lack of better phrase, yeah.
There's just scenarios where it would be beneficial, I think. I don't think fighting everyone out of a scenario, but sometimes, you know, You just got to let two bulls run headfirst at each other.
That's why I wouldn't
think
have
it's
to. If
definitely-
there's two guys beefing, let them see how bad it gets, then maybe help the guy. There's limits.
Yeah, if someone's going to have brain damage, just step in.
Yeah. Guys, stop! You're gonna
There's
become
no
best
trust.
friends. You guys did enough.
That's what it is nowadays. There's no trust to do that because everything's gone so haywire. Like everything
Everyone down
that's
here
ever
carries
good.
guns too. By the way, it's different from up north.
Yeah.
Everyone talks guns
Everything
down.
that's ever been good gets ruined by some asshole being an asshole. Does something stupid, ruins it. Same thing with fighting. People start shooting each other, stabbing each other.
Crazy.
I
to
like
want to
that,
stab
though,
another
Tone.
person and another. That's crazy.
Because carrying guns really gets rid of a lot of crime, I believe. In the right, all right.
Yeah,
in
this
the
is a
right
heavy topic we're
circumstance.
getting into. We're segueing right into it, guys.
In the right circumstances, because people aren't like going and robbing an old lady because, damn, she might have a fucking gun in that purse, you know?
She might be
Like
packing.
up here in New York, that shit.
All I know is humans are fucked up, mentally fucked. I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know.
Anytime you let humans up to something, we're gonna fuck it up.
We're just fucking shot.
If humans are involved, we're gonna fuck it up.
100%. And that's really sad. But
The yeah. Speaking
this
of
is
fucking
a fun
up,
conversation.
Otani stuff. Did you guys see the? So like the guy Ipe's account came out, like his betting account.
Oh, I didn't see that yet.
Did you guys see this?
Is it Andy? Is it
Really? Yeah.
I saw
So-
16 million. That's what I saw.
His account placed about 19,000 wagers between 2021 2024. That's normal. I
You
think.
guys are bad about that.
This is the crazy part. Average wager was about 12,800. His largest wager was 160,000. Smallest wager, $10. Total losing bets 182.9 million. Net losses 40.7 million.
He's
Yeah, I
terrible.
Yeah.
He's the worst gambler. He's a no
Down
doubt.
40.7 million.
I'm sure there's worse, but he's up there. They need to. That name is.
I don't know how
gonna
many
be-
worse there are.
Oh, there's
Maybe
billionaires
Mattress
out there.
Mac. Yeah, maybe Mattress Mac, but he only bets 2 million at a time,
He's
2.5 million,
addicted.
3 million.
Bad.
I think the craziest part about that is what the hell is the $10 bet?
This is exactly what I'm thinking. This man bet a
This
He
dude's-
probably did it in his sleep.
He bet his fucking average wager 12,800, largest wager 160,000. What the hell was the $10 bet?
I don't know, but I so want to know what he bet on for $10. It had to be a parlay that paid out something fucking crazy.
I think it's the opposite. I think it's like a minus 10,000 bet where he just said, "All right, I gotta see one go through. I gotta see one go green.
I gotta
I
hit
gotta
one.
see one." He put $10 on like
Throw Otani to throw a single pitch. Yeah,
yeah.
got back
Yeah.
$10 and 1 cent.
Otani,
What are the
Otani
repercussions
one
now, like?
strikeout.
What's going on with
Oh,
the
he's federal prison for a while.
good?
Yeah,
Good for him. I mean, just good for him.
and Otani had nothing to do with it. That was the
okay.
outcome. Otani had nothing to do with it. Scot free. Ipe
No, that's
federal
nice.
prison.
Nice
Ipe, best
breath
ball
of
guy.
fresh air. Good for him.
Ipe,
That guy
best
needs
ball
Gamblers
guy.
Anonymous bad.
Ipe,
Bad. Yeah,
yeah,
he needs the.
yeah. I love that smallest wager $10. Dude lost net loss is 40.7 million.
That's my average win.
Man.
Oh man, what was the $10?
I'm lucky I don't gamble though because I'm always wrong. Like I'll say, this is what I would have done. I'm way off. Way off. And it just makes sense on paper. I'm like, this is definitely gonna happen. LeBron's gonna get 30, 100%.
Yeah, I knew it tonight. I knew Embiid's. I should have took Embiid's under in his points, but I was like, oh, maybe he'll come off injury and crush it. No, he's. I haven't watched since we came
Wait,
in here, but
76ers came back and won 105-104.
did they?
Yeah, Heat was winning by like they were winning when
It was 51-39 at halftime.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Philly.
Philly came back, won 105-104, boys.
It is the best time of year.
So I think this next game, Bulls and Hawks, is the elimination game. So Philly will get in as the. I don't know. I don't even want to say it because I would just be guessing. But I think Philly just got in because of that, and now Miami will play the winner of Hawks and Bulls. I'm pretty sure. The Lakers' consolation prize for winning last night is to play Denver in the first round.
Hey, this is what AD and LeBron talked about in the offseason, right? Let's see.
Western Conference Finals last year. Lakers Nuggets.
Yeah.
4 games.
They don't have anything for Jokic, bud. What's his name? What's that? I'm blanking. What's the other dude on the team?
Jamal Murray.
Has he been as nasty this year? Because he had a coming out party in the playoffs last year.
He's always been nasty.
But is he still balling like that right now?
I'm bet he is. I don't even watch. He's always.
He will be, yeah. He got injured. He had took like a month off or something, but he's back and he will be, yeah.
He was so bad last year in the playoffs.
In the bubble too. He was nasty in the bubble.
Yeah.
That's where he kind of broke out.
Yeah, I think they're. I'm gonna make a bad joke. Just keep going.
I've done it my whole life.
Keep it going.
All right, we're gonna do all-time power rankings.
I want to go last here.
The big
What is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? What are we doing tonight, Tone?
We're gonna do all the time power rankings Warzone players. And
Warzone, not called
multiplayer, not CDL. We're doing Warzone players, and I have on my list. I have Rebirth players too that I enjoy watching.
Yeah, I would say that counts.
And they're not the best. They're my top 5 power. These guys I find the best.
Right, your top 5 power rankings, all the time power rankings. Warzone players. I'll go first from 5 to 1. At number 5 for me is Teep. Old man Teep. Love him.
Solid
and
player.
he's a nasty Warzone player. He's really good.
Solid player.
Number 4 is Tommy. Across the pond. Tommy.
You guys are so far out of the mix. I'll keep going.
Guys, it's his list. Calm down.
Yeah, I don't watch Warzone, but this is my list. Old school players that I like. My 5 Warzone players power rankings.
He's sticking to cheese.
Number 3, Joe Woe.
Ooh, that's a great one.
And
he lives 15 miles from me.
Yeah. Number 2, Aiden. And
the Biff.
Number 1, undisputed, universal, champion of the world, Biffle. Diaz Biffle. That's my 5. Teep, Tommy, Joe Woe, Aiden, Biffle.
That's a good list. Your first 2 definitely didn't take that. Teep is I enjoy watching him play.
I just fried Tommy literally 2 nights ago. Just absolutely destroyed him.
We have someone on the stream now that plays these guys. He played Almond the other night with who's on with?
Tommy fried him.
And Aiden.
No, that was Hisoka and Aiden.
And you killed Iron.
Almond.
And you killed Z-Laner. And you killed Huskers.
Yeah, listen. I've killed a lot of them.
Let's go.
I'm not anywhere near as good as them now. I've killed a lot.
Oh, you were camping, but
camping on who?
He was looting.
He was all of them. There's no way he pushed into these guys. There's no way. No.
Who'd I camp on who?
No.
Not one of those guys, but I
picture you in the bathroom on Mondell playing like this.
I don't even play that. If you would have watched the stream the other night, I came.
I wish.
Aiden and Almond.
You streamed
while they were in the gas.
I wanted you to.
No, he was watching their stream and turned it off right before it happened.
Right before. I'm not kidding you. I was watching Aiden the whole time. And I go to bed.
Either way, no, never camped in my life. Don't do it. I press them all. When I see them in the lobby, I want to kill them. But you go, Tone. Let's see what you got.
Oh, man, I got a lot of inspiring me up here. I love Warzone, love playing it. This has kind of been hard. I'll say number 5 for me has been Z-Laner. I've just enjoyed watching him play. He sings. He plays with Dr. Disrespect. He loots forever, though. Notice that. And the Z-Looter. But I just enjoy watching him play. And, yeah, he's my number 5. He used to be a lot higher, but he's gone back. For some reason, he's gone down on my list. But number 4, ooh, hold on a minute. I had this. I'm going to go Zyro. I've been watching a lot of Zyro past couple months. He's UK's movement king, plays Rebirth. Nasty. Absolute nasty.
UK's movement queen?
Yeah. I think he plays on 10-10 sensitivity. He's just nasty. He's really good. He gets these situations he gets into and gets out of is awesome. Number 3, this is hard for me because this guy I feel like should be my number 1. I'm a big fan, Joe Woe. And I just remember when we first started playing Warzone, watching him, and just thought it was amazing what he can do. And I see a lot of me in him as far as being young and skinny and nerdy. I want to go feed him a cheeseburger. He lives in Charlotte, but I'm not going to message him or nothing. I thought I saw him once. That was exciting, but it wasn't him, just a lookalike. I said, Joe, eat a cheeseburger. Wasn't him, though. Number 2 is Klubo. Rebirth player.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy will get knocked. 80 people around him, I've seen it a million times. And he can res, right? Like, he gets resurrected. No one touches him. It's like, it's the coolest thing in the world. My heart starts racing for him. Like, is he going to get out of this? Is he going to get out of this? Every time. And number 1, I think watching Aiden. Aiden, to me, when he's on and he's not making mistakes, because he's known to push it. He won't play it up, and he'll push something. And every time he says, oh, I should have played it. But still, like, he's when he's on point.
I feel that.
What a thrill to watch. And yeah, of course, Biffle. Biffle's he's boring, but he's boring personality. That's not what we're talking about here. But it's Biffle.
For number 1?
No, Aiden's number 1.
You got 1A, 1B. Biffle.
No, I just wanted to shout out to Biffle because
keeping Biffle off your list.
Biffle's off my list.
Okay. So blasphemy makes.
Dare to be different.
No, makes no sense. So we're going to touch on that, and I'm going to give you some hard numbers. So is this 5 best in skill, or 5 what they've done for the game, or
your favorite 5?
You were listening at the beginning.
Your favorite 5. What do you enjoy watching?
Guess at number 5, I'm going to throw him in, even though he hasn't been playing there. Then I don't think he's a top 5 player, but I got to throw Nick Merckx on for the culture, what he's done for the game. Huge streamer.
Yeah, I left Nick and Tim and Dr. Respect off. If it was, but I left those 3 off. But yeah,
you guys aren't gonna be a fan, so I'm gonna do a 5A, 5B because if that's more like for the game, like for 5 best players, I'm gonna throw Joe Woe as my number 5. I guess I just want to throw Nick Merckx in there. Joe Woe is number 5 for me. Number 4 is FIFA Kill. Currently the number 1 player in the world on Rebirth by a long shot. All-time winning in players, as he has a 4.62 championship rate. He's won 4% of major tournaments. And the next 3 in a row are kind of be in line. Number 3 for me is Hisoka. That's why I said you guys kind of might be out of it. Hisoka is always in the top 10 in ranked. Always. He's the number 3 all-time on win rate in major events
like
this.
Talker too.
6.52 win percent.
I like that.
Number 2 for me is going to be Aiden. Absolute dog. An 11.41 win rate. Go ahead, Shane.
What about the other kid? Adrian. What was his name? Adrian.
Adrian
Is he still nasty, or he's
nasty.
falling
To
off?
be honest, he's better. He's a lot better than Joel, if we're gonna be real.
Yes.
He just didn't.
I thought you were gonna have him
Adrian's
at 2.
top 3 right now.
Yeah,
Skill.
Adrian right now skill, but I feel like the longevity hasn't been there enough. But he's a demon.
Okay, like Ja Morant.
He's disgusting. So Aiden has in Warzone tournaments, the pro tournaments, he's got 11.41 win rate, very high, number 2 of all time on the list, and number 1, and it is almost deems Tony's list incredible. By far, the greatest Warzone player to ever play the game is Biffle. Aiden honestly isn't even close if we're going to even talk about 1 and 2, even though he is 11.1 championship rate, and I will tell you why. Aiden has the number 2 all-time championship win rate in these pro Warzone tournaments with 11.41. Diaz Biffle has a 35.87 win rate.
I want his favorite, though. I'll admit
Over
Biffle's the best.
3 times higher win rate than the number 2 player. You know why? Because all these people, as Tony says, are good at home playing from their mom's basement or wherever they're playing. But Biffle comes and does it on land.
Yeah.
In and out. Number 1 last season that just ended. My guess is that he will be number 1
You
in
just fired me
when
up there.
it's all
Can I
said and
change
done.
my list?
He's the best player in the world. I watch him every night.
I'm
He's the
taking
best player.
Zyro out 4. I'll put Aiden 1, Biffle 2, Joe 3, Klubo 4, Sealaner 5. You just got me with the land talk there.
He's the best.
So all you guys playing at home with your mom bringing you Dr. Pepper, no pressure. And then you go to a Warzone tournament, Mom, meatloaf. I had to go earn it, and I did.
Yeah.
Do it on land, baby.
Yeah, you guys make way more money than I ever did, but I paved the way for you guys.
Gina told me I'm a nerd the other night. Yeah, last night, actually.
She was right.
2 nights ago. I lay in bed. I turn on Biffle when I go to bed every single night. She goes, "This is all you watch?" And no, I don't watch nothing else. I don't watch no Netflix.
No.
I put Biffle up on the big TV. I watch him, and he's just...
It's affecting my
Do you think
sports
it's making
watching.
you better?
Oh, I'm a dog.
I can't translate it, no, but it's...
Yeah, so there's certain people I watch. I'm like, oh, I can do that, and it helps. He does things that I can't do, but...
but like just watching him, like, kind of makes you better, like thinking about stuff, like when you're playing the game. Do you consciously think like, oh yeah, I should go here instead of here?
Yes and no, like because like I watched him just get fried by a Platinum 3 dude yesterday. Platinum 3, I mean, dog water of a player to be Platinum 3. Dog water. But at the same time, I watch him go off and he's going and killing a whole team of Crim 3s by himself. Or like 2 iridescents and a Crim 3. Yeah. And I get in my head that I can do that, and I can't. He's just always in better position than everyone else. And I try to mimic it, and I just... Like, when I rotate, I try to rotate the same way he does through things, but I might be in the same vicinity, but I die where he wouldn't because he's so much better at keeping his body not exposed and just using corners and headies, and he's incredible.
Doesn't miss a shot either.
And you know what he also doesn't do? He doesn't chase. He can have dudes a single bullet where all he had to do is jump down and encircle a building and kill him. He doesn't. If there's a chance it's going to get him killed because there's other people down there, he'll get more kills later. He doesn't care. He's so patient. People don't realize he puts up insane numbers and he's super patient while doing it, which is insane. He doesn't camp, is always moving, but doesn't chase. Doesn't chase somebody through a doorway down the steps that could be laying there waiting for him to fry. He's just incredible. He's awesome. He's the GOAT.
GOAT.
Yeah.
Wow.
Say it with your chest.
Brought it.
Whoa.
All right. Speaking of that, we are gonna go play some Warzone. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Do whatever you got to do to give us some good feedback, bad feedback, whatever you want to do. But appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Another episode of the All the Time Show. And you know it, boys. God is good.
All
the time.
The time.